Hey, hey.
Hey, what's up?
You beautiful people. Happy Australia Day, by the way.
Yes. Special day today.
It is, it is. Although we're
Funny
not
that
Australian.
we're not actually Australian, but that's all right.
Although we probably look like it. Blonde, tanned.
Yes.
How is everyone doing? Let us know.
What are you guys up to right now? What's happening? Oh, we got some people on. If you're coming on, say who you are, where you're from. I can't see anything through these sunny.
Bright.
Kylie, how you doing?
I can see you can see the phone. Mine doesn't come up like that. That's weird. Why can't I? Anyway. I'm distracted. So, Linda.
What's everyone up to? Hey? Oh, okay. We're going into content straight away.
Well, we thought we'd just have a conversation.
Hey guys. There's lots of people online.
No, these are the people that are not drinking on Australia Day. Actually, for once, I think it's the first Australia Day that I haven't actually had a drink.
How you doing?
Hey Clint.
Hey Clint.
Christina. Ross.
Hey Zoe, Christina, Ross.
Awesome.
How you doing?
So
We're amazing.
Cool.
Oh, look at the love hearts.
Wow, so much love, so much love.
So much love.
Yeah.
So we've just decided to hang out in the pool, and we had some really interesting conversation before, didn't we?
We did. Actually, Linda came over to my place on the weekend, and we were like, this shit. I was trying to get shit and stream in the same word. I think they really go together. I haven't been drinking, I swear.
Who's sending the love hearts?
I don't know. It's great.
I'd love it.
What I was trying to say, what we said was like, we need to live stream this shit. It's so good. It was so good. And it usually is when you're feeling a bit triggered or you're having stuff come up.
Yeah.
And you have a friend around you that happens to be a coach or a healer, and they can just empathise with you. And if if they want some advice, you can give them advice, which is the beauty of having friends that work in personal development.
That's why coaches catch up with coaches. Yeah. It's like, we're coaching people, but sometimes it's hard to actually look at our own shit. We actually need help, and that's why I believe in coaching and mentoring so much, because we can't see our own blind spots. Yeah. So it's been very interesting. Yes. So what we're going to really talk about is the journey of the self, or the journey of the soul and the soulmates and the twin flames. I know you did a live stream about this a little while ago. I did, yeah. I've done 2 live streams in the last week because there's a lot of stuff, a lot of misconceptions around soulmates and twin flames, and people get very confused and very, it can be very, a lot of turmoil, a lot of confusion, a lot of heartache, and it's just really a lot of like trying to understand what's going on, and then over analyzing and questioning ourselves and getting lost, and it just causes so much heartache with people. And it really I guess it saddens me because Linda was just saying before, is like there's so many women in particular that are like, oh, but the connection, yeah. That connection, it's so strong. I want to know how many of you guys have actually had that crazy intense connection with somebody, and it normally happens only maybe once or twice in your lifetime. Like, you actually feel that relationship or that journey with that person was actually completely different. Like, the connection, it was an explosion, and you came together with such force. But then just as fast as you came together and you had that intense connection, that's as fast as it ended as well, and it normally ends in massive toxic circumstances. And the funny thing is, before my previous relationship, which was a long-term one, before that, I actually had that experience with somebody, and it was something that I've never experienced before. Actually, no, hang on a minute. I've had another one. But they're all different, right? So. What I recognized about that was that even looking back at it now, it was a full-on mirror. It was a complete mirror, because we even, that person, we even like said to each other, holy shit, this is like, you're me in male form and you're me in woman form. But how would you even explain that? Type in if you guys have had that intense connection with someone. I want to know how many have actually felt that. The moment you've met that person, you felt it energetically, you felt it in your body, you've basically felt euphoric from day one. Yeah. And what has been the experience of what's been the basic, what happened? Did it end? Because normally twin flames are actually a mirror. They're here to teach us something. And twin flame relationships don't last.
Well, I was just seeing some of the comments of a couple of people that have had the twin flame experience, and a lot of people are maybe not going to resonate to what we're saying here, because there's a big difference between a twin flame and a soulmate.
Absolutely.
So a twin flame, there's people that are in twin flames who are trying to be soulmates, and unless both of you are willing to actually do the work and heal yourselves, then it's not going to evolve into a soulmate connection. It's very rare that twin flames end up as soulmates, because you are actually on a soul contract, and you're all contracted to come together and work out your issues, do this healing, grow, and that might not necessarily be together, okay? And they're going to bring up your deepest shit, your deepest wounds. Yeah. They're going to trigger the shit out of you.
Yeah.
You're going to think it is going about trying to be with them. It's actually about being your own soulmate, being with yourself, and becoming your own soulmate, and looking at everything that you're judging about them is in you. And is seeking to wake up in you. And a lot of the chemicals, like the happy chemicals, so the oxytocin, the dopamine, and serotonin, is all playing out as well at the same time, causing you to have this deep attachment and longing and yearning, which is simply like, it's actually chemicals, like you're drugged. And you know, we think
euphoric drugs.
And it's all about coming home to self, and you're contracted to that. Of course, if you're in that twin flame kind of connection, that's, you know, really, if it's toxic, that's the end, okay? If it's become toxic or abusive, that is the end of the contract.
End of the soul contract, absolutely.
End of the soul contract, it is over, and you need to leave.
Because I see this happen all the time. Like, obviously we have conversations as coaches and friends, we have conversations with people every day, and there's so many people in relationships right now, and they're blaming. It's like, this person's doing this and this person's doing this wrong, and that's showing up in the relationship on their behalf, and it's, you know, affecting you as a person in the relationship. But, you know, every relationship is a mirror, and we need to step away from the blaming and the judgment, because we need to start asking ourselves, what is it that we are projecting in a relationship? What is actually showing up within us? Because every person in a relationship is actually there to teach you something about yourself. What is it that you really need to heal? And I learned that really quickly with because obviously being on a journey of massive growth, and from my previous relationship actually ended a couple of months ago, and it brought up deep things that I had to heal about myself, and I'm very open about it, because why would I hide that part? You know, if someone else can actually learn something about that. But I instantly went into the healing rather than catching up with other people straight away. You know, I went into the healing of, you know, healing the emotion, healing the wounds, and actually reflecting on what is it that I need to heal within myself, and what is it that I need to learn, which was massive. And, you know, sometimes when things end, like I actually did a live stream about this, when, what was it? Every beginning is a new end. Every ending is a new beginning. And it's so true. Like, you can't, when you're in the story, when you're caught up in the emotion, you can't actually see. If you want clarity, remove yourself from the emotion and remove yourself from the story, and look from the outside in. You might not get that clarity straight away, but you will get it over time if you choose to. Every relationship is an opportunity for us to learn something about ourselves. And if something has ended in your life and you're still caught up in that story of why did this end, or, you know, you just can't, it's a why, like going into the space of the victim, then you're never really going to heal. So it really is an opportunity for us to look at ourselves and what do we need to heal, so that pattern doesn't show up over and over again. Because if we don't, when we have a relationship and there is a certain pattern there, if we don't heal that pattern, if we don't choose to look at ourselves, that is going to continue to show up in your life in different scenarios, different circumstances, and different partners. So ask yourself, if you currently, you know, you haven't accepted of something ending, ask yourself, what is there to learn? What is it actually that you need to heal about yourself? Really powerful.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's you're being consistently being rewounded, and you go basically, you know, people think we have like one twin flame. Actually, all your exes, everyone is a twin flame, because everyone is on a contract to come here and show you your shit, basically. And they are not necessarily the ones that are going to evolve into soulmates. They are the ones that you've got a choice. You know, you've got a choice whether you're going to use this as a tool, as an opportunity to do self-reflect, or are you going to keep just going into the same old patterns and keep attracting twin flame after twin flame after twin flame after twin flame after twin flame. And I want you to, you know, maybe sit and think about like some of the relationships that you have and the similarities, okay? Because that's a pattern. It's a pattern that keeps happening, and it may show up quite differently, but it'll be the same thoughts, the same feelings, the same sort of things. You know, maybe you consistently get cheated on, maybe you consistently leave you, maybe you consistently feel betrayed, all that sort of stuff. So that's some of the patternings to start having a look at, because these people keep coming until you choose to actually heal it. So this is where a lot of my work goes, is that a lot of people come to me when they're sick of having the same pattern happen. They've just come out of a breakup, and they want something to shift, or they are looking for a relationship and they need to really work on having a relationship with themselves first, because this is key.
Exactly right.
You are number one, your relationship with you is number one. We're both very big on self-love, very big advocates for self-love, which has been like, we've both been in toxic abusive relationships.
Absolutely.
So we've both got, you know, similar stories. Hence why we're here to be able to talk about this, because we made the choice. We made the choice to go and do the healing. We made the choice to deeply self-reflect and spend some time, some big chunks of time on ourselves consistently in our relationships now. You know, in all our different relationships, whenever we get triggered by stuff, we'll go self-reflect on that and look at, okay, what is this bringing up for me? What is the story that I'm telling myself? And going to allow ourselves to feel our emotions, connected to our inner child, and lots of different practices that is what we want and need to do for us. And not blame the other person.
And really is the journey of the self. Like, we've obviously all got different soul contracts and parts, our individual contracts, but we have one lesson in common, and it's the journey of the self. It's the journey of, you know, of evolving yourself into the best version of your higher self that you possibly can be, and to love yourself, because everything that shows up in your life really reflects on your self-love and self-worth, and you know, at what level you are. Because if we're constantly complaining about what shows up externally, we need to start to look at what's actually going on within ourselves. It's really powerful. Everything's a mirror, and it's not just partners, like romantic and sexual partners that teach us the lessons. It's actually friends as well. So look at your friends. You can have soulmate friendships, you can have twin flame friendships, and you may have sometimes, you know, met someone in friendship form, like, oh my god, I've known you my whole life, this is crazy, and that friendship is really intense, and all of a sudden, bang, that friendship didn't even exist anymore. So it's really interesting. I've definitely had those as well.
Me too,
friendship form.
Yeah, a lot of friends that come in and then something happens and then the friendship's all over. So yeah, totally can be with friends as well. So another interesting point I want to make here is that there's a beautiful video by Matt Kahn called Soulmates, Twin Flames and Soul Contracts. I highly recommend watching it. It'll help you get really clear on what the whole connection is about and how our contracts play out. Is that one thing I love that he says is that you cannot judge another and love yourself at the same time. If you're judging someone else, you are withholding love from yourself.
Absolutely.
So you are actually judging yourself, and then, you know, we need to love the one that judges. Love the part of you that judges. Can you love that and see where that comes from, and love that part of you, because you're not accepting yourself, and you can't love yourself if you're not accepting yourself. So I just love that. I just love that. Is that, you know, I'm very conscious when I'm going into judging now. I'm like, hang on a minute. What's showing up within me? What's going on? What am I not loving about me here?
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah, it's really interesting.
So fall in love with everything that shows up in your life. Like, have that self-awareness is life-changing, and that's when you basically going to start to shift your reality from, everything starts from within you. And when you have that self-awareness and understanding that everything is actually reflection, and that if you want to change your reality, you need to start from within. You need to start with your self-love. You need to start to look at your own blocks and your own repetitive patterns. What is there actually to heal? And there's a lot of people, this is really common in society, that we're walking around with closed hearts, like for example, from our late teens or early 20s, and we got heartbroken, and then we make this this contract with ourselves. I'm never going to end up in that situation again, and I'm never going to be heartbroken again. So you're kind of holding back, but you're actually creating a repetitive pattern in your life, which is not serving you at all.
Yeah, for example, if you keep attracting people that are not available, particularly emotionally, maybe they run away, maybe they reject you, or maybe they're just not opening up to you, this is actually a sign of your own closed heart, because they're a reflection. And I went through a lot of patternings of men that were just not available. Maybe there was someone else. Whatever that unavailability is actually a reflection of your own unavailability.
I have that same pattern actually. Yeah. It was really interesting. It kept happening, guy after guy. What is going on? Why am I attracting these?
Yeah. And so it's like looking at what part of you still needs to be opened up. What part of you needs to. For me, it was about feeling safe to actually fall in love, to open my heart, and that took a lot of self-love work, but also really knowing my boundaries and really having clear boundaries so that I would feel safe and not feel like I'm going to lose myself with someone, because that was a past pattern,
Oh, so. Yep. Have you ever lost yourself in a relationship? Type it in.
Yeah. What is the best self-love? Oh, where do we start?
Oh my gosh, that's a whole nother live stream.
That's a whole workshop.
That is. Stay tuned. I'm planning something in February. We want to know, have you ever lost yourself in a relationship where, that new relationship became everything in your life? Like, you actually couldn't focus on anything else, and it was basically consuming every second, every minute, every hour of the day.
Yeah, and feeling like, for me it was either career or the relationship. Like, one would always go downhill when I was focusing on the other one. So I would feel like men became a distraction for me, rather than helping to actually inspire and motivate me. So that was a real shift that I had to work on, is being able to have. And I see a lot of really common for very entrepreneurial, career-driven women is that they struggle to actually have a relationship because there's a belief system, that it's one or the other, or they have been lost before in a relationship and are scared that that's going to happen
exactly
again.
Right, yeah.
So, a lot of my clients are these women that are learning to be able to manage how to have that and have both, and be in a healthy relationship, a soulmate relationship, not a twin flame relationship.
Yeah. Twin flame is normally what consumes everything. It consumes your entire life and all your emotions, and soulmate is something that you feel content, and it just works. There's so much flow. It just simply works.
Yeah, it's a lot more balanced, it's a lot more slow. Yeah. Like, it really is not, when you first meet someone, you feel that intense connection. There's a lot of happy chemicals. Like, I think we just had a comment about just pure lust. Yeah, that lusting is a sign of a twin flame. It's a sign 100%. It's a sign of an attachment. It's a sign of your happy chemicals. Like, literally, when you're first in that lust phase, you're actually drugged up on these chemicals. And we think it's love, but it actually is chemicals. And then we get so caught up in that, then eventually it wears off, and the reality sets in, and we have to learn how to actually be in a relationship and manage our emotions and needs. And I actually want to go back to what he said about what is the best self-love. Okay. So I'm going to tell you what I think is the best thing for me, that's worked for me, is actually getting connected on a daily basis to my feelings and needs. Yeah. Just asking myself, what am I feeling right now? What do I feel? Or in checking into, am I in a story right now? What do I need? When someone, asks me to do something, what is it? Ladies and gentlemen, ask me to do something for them, I'll be like, well, is this, can I actually genuinely, authentically give to this person right now? What do I need? Or someone asks me, what do you want to do, EJ? I'm like, well, okay, tune in. What do I need right now? What is it that I need? And it's practice, because we're so conditioned to please other people. Yeah. Self-love is about pleasing ourselves first. It's simply about doing what we need for us, even if it might not please another person. Yeah.
And it's so true. Like they say, you can't serve from an empty cup. Yeah. You can't.
Yeah. Cool.
I love the comments.
Yeah.
I love how you're participating.
Yeah, it's awesome. Well, any other questions? Do you guys have any questions about love, soulmates, attraction? dating, anything, love and relationship based struggles.
Relationship coach.
Yeah. This is my field. Sex even, like
sex.
Yeah,
that's a whole nother live stream.
Yeah, there are kids around, so we might have to be a bit cautious about that. Running right by.
But really, like sometimes people even come to your life and you think that, okay, you've experienced the. I actually thought my last relationship was a soulmate, but if a relationship ends, it actually ends up being twin flame, because soulmates just work and it just flows. And sometimes twin flames can evolve into soulmates as well.
Yeah.
But the other way around, like sometimes it's a twin flame in disguise. It's there literally to teach you something.
Yeah.
And you may not understand that at the time. Yeah. And you may get so caught up in the whole, oh, that's my soulmate, and you kind of looking past everything else of what's actually happening, what's going on around you.
So what I put out there, what if your soulmate is actually you? Mm-hmm. And that's what you need to focus on, is actually becoming your own soulmate and giving yourself the love that you would give someone else. Like, can you keep loving yourself and giving that love to you? And because that is when you will really allow in the soulmate energy, whether that's the friends or whether it's, you know, career, like your colleagues, or whether it's your clients even, or whether it's, you know, it is a romantic partner. You know, it's about being in soulmate energy, so you attract that type of energy, but that's focusing on you first, like you becoming your own soulmate and looking at the parts of you that don't feel whole. Because we think that we want a soulmate to complete us. When we think that way, we're saying that we're not whole, we're saying that we're half. So it's about finding completion in ourselves.
100%.
And then the soulmate energy shows up.
It shows up. A lot of us are actually looking for it, and I used to be in this space as well. Oh, where is he? Where is he? Is today the day I'm gonna meet him? And there's a fine line between, obviously, you know, manifesting your soulmate into your life, or actually looking for it every day. Oh, is this new person that person? Or so to let go of the attachment of how it's going to happen. But it really is the journey of the self. Become your own soulmate. Focus on the healing within you. What do you need to heal? What are you projecting? Because it is the journey of the self, of thyself.
Yeah, and it generally, if you're looking for your soulmate, it means that you're not fulfilled in yourself. Like, you're looking for something outside of yourself to fill you up. And so, we're getting low battery. We might have to go. Oh,
20%.
Can you repeat the guy's name? Yeah, Tara. It's a Matt Kahn, Kahn. The video is called.
He's amazing.
Soulmates, Twin Flames, and Soul Contracts. We'll put a link on this video to it. It's about an hour and a half long. I could listen to that on repeat.
So good.
I give it to all my clients, and they're like, "Oh, I had to write notes." I've got some notes on it too, so maybe I'll just post them up. But it's really great, and I kind of use it as the foundation of my work, because I look at that and I teach from that place about becoming your own soulmate, basically, and then everything around in your life shifts and shows up. Yeah. So yeah, I love it. Anything else? What have we got there? Cool.
So many other people joining.
I know. It's so awesome to see you guys here. Especially on
thanks
Australia
for showing up.
Day.
We love it. What are you guys up to?
Yeah, tell us what you're doing on this beautiful, beautiful day. It's actually sunny today. I'm flying out to New Zealand tonight, back home.
I have like multiple catch-ups today. Catch up after catch up. But
that's awesome.
I just had something else that just flew over my head.
I do that all the time. I think of something and they'll be like,
stuff happens so fast. Like you downloads, and if you don't act on them straight away, they're like out the door.
Yeah.
Use pen and paper.
It'll come back to me a second later sometimes if I just stop for a minute. I'm like, that's it. Yeah.
But it's what I want to finish on is, once you start the journey of thyself and really working on your stuff and healing your stuff and becoming the best version of you, the stuff that shows up in your environment as well. People are going to leave your environment who are not vibrating with you and who are not growing with you, both in friendships and relationships. And there's no right or wrong. It's just a natural progression of your growth. But it's amazing. Like, for example, I moved down to the Gold Coast 7 months ago, and I mean, I knew people, but now I've attracted an incredible soul community of people who are so like-minded, and I'm just in love. I'm literally in love with my friends. The circle that I have now, I've never experienced before. Like I'm
it's
literally
amazing.
just vibrating on the same level, and we just speak the same language, and it's just it's soulmate friendships, and you know that instantly because you speak the same language and you just feel that energetically. So it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful when you start to get to work on you.
Yeah, and being in a community where, you know, you can have the hard, vulnerable conversations. If I've got an issue with a friend or something's come up for me, to be able to sit and go, hey, this is what's coming up for me, or, you know, to call someone and go, hey, this is going on right now. Can you just hold space for me to vent?
Exactly.
You know, and that's beautiful without having the other person judge you or put their filters or stories on you, or even if they do, you might have a conversation about that. Hey, this is where my head's going right now. Just to know that, you know, you can be around people that are more in a conscious space that will actually have the conversations with you. And this is when you know you're in that soulmate, you're in soulmate friendships. Yeah. Because they're not going to get triggered and just fuck off and never talk to you again.
Twin flame friendships, when you go for advice to twin flame friendships, they will tell you what to do. So if you ask them for advice, they will tell you what to do from their point of judgment of the situation, what they think you should be doing. Whereas in this situation, we never tell each other what to do. We hold that space, and we talk through it, and we get clarity, and we ask ourselves powerful questions, because same with our clients. Like, it's not about, what if your friend gave you the wrong advice and you actually chose to follow that?
Yeah, I think it's important to be careful of looking at, because I've got some friends who get advice from other friends about their love relationships, and I can tell that that's coming from their own filters and stories. Like, he's just an asshole, right? And see, I teach, and I work in this field, right? Yeah. I was like, okay, well, we're not going to put a judgment on asshole, because I'm pretty sure that person's probably, you know, you probably got a bit of asshole, we've all got a bit of asshole and bitch in each of us, right? And we're judging that, we're making it wrong, so we're judging that person as being an asshole, right? So I'll hold space and I'll ask questions like, well, what part of you, you know, if someone's thinking that someone's an asshole, well, you know, where does this come from? What part of you is, you know, where are you making him wrong, and where are you making that wrong in yourself? All that sort of stuff is where I go, because otherwise you just perpetuate the same story of assholes and bitches and cheaters and all that sort of stuff. So for me, it's, you know, about, you know, asking those questions so that person can get their answers and then that they have in themselves. Effectively, that's what we do as coaches. We just ask the questions, because you guys already know the answers. Yeah. Like, we can sit here and tell you this stuff, and you're going to be like, yes, that resonates for me, or you're going to be like, no, that doesn't feel true for me. Yeah. And that's totally cool. You actually don't have to believe anything that we're saying. This is what resonates for us. This is our truth, and it doesn't have to, you know, you don't have to agree with that. If it doesn't feel right, then it's not your truth. And that's the live stream I did. What did you say? Your truth will always guide you, and it's so true, because we all have a different truth. Yeah. And your truth is going to keep evolving. Yeah. So, and that's another interesting thing too. Yeah. As you keep evolving to another level of consciousness, your truth's going to keep evolving as well. Yeah. Yeah. Oh,